It's been another week, and unfortunately, I've been told next week is a break week, so no new chapter next week. Which I guess gives me time to record other stuff in the meantime. I'm done editing everything, so I'm actually caught up on all my streams, which means I'll have time to do other stuff next week. So next week we'll probably have a few more streams than normal. I'll try to work in at least 3 next week. Or should I say this week? Some people consider the week to start on Sunday. I used to be one of those people, but for the most part, my week starts on Monday these days. But that's enough of the nonsense. I guess we'll plug the Discord. If you want to stay up to date on what I'm doing and when I'm doing it, that's the place to do it. Links are in the places where links are. I am gatekeeping my Discord to those who are smart enough to figure out how to find the link on their own. That is how we keep the Discord numbers low. Anywho. If you're here to listen to what I have to say about chapter 1142 of One Piece. What I'm Afraid of is the name of the chapter. I don't like the sound of that. Anywho. If this isn't, where we last left off, if I remember correctly, Loki stood up, which means shit's probably about to go down. Which means fight scenes, which means I'm probably not going to enjoy this chapter as much, because it means there's not going to be a lot of reading, and it's going to be mostly me looking at pictures, and just reacting to pictures. I don't like action scenes in manga. I've been very vocal about this, and I think that's probably one of the things that you'll hear me complain about a lot when I'm reading a shonen manga on stream. But that's kind of neither here nor there. In the near future, hopefully we get some more dialogue, hopefully we get some more lore. The Elbaph arc has been kicking off, and I have been really, really enjoying it. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Starting with, of course, the page 1, Wano Rant. And it looks like there's no page 1 on page 1. Boo. Failure. Missed opportunity. I'm going to say that every time page 1 isn't on page 1. Because if we're going to have a Wano flashback on the cover page, I want page 1 to be on every single cover page panel. I don't care if he's not an important character to the story, but if we're going to have a Wano character in the cover page, it might as well be the one whose name is page 1. Okay, let's get past the warp starting the Wano Rant before I even look at the fucking page. I'm staring into the camera for the most part. Alright, what I'm afraid of. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 28. We've almost been here for a third of 100 chapters at this point. Give back the sword and girls. Thunder Bagua. Alright, I guess we're skipping and just cutting straight to the chase. It's just a Yamato Thunder Bagua into Who's Who. Who's bleeding. Short, sweet, and simple. I like this. Which means that we're probably going to start getting to the end of this story, hopefully soon. I think we'll probably be done in and around by the 35 to 45 range at the rate we're going. I have predictions on how much further this cover story is going to go, because we're going to have to resolve this, and then we're going to end up with either, I guess, Ulti, page 1, Who's Who, or all of them ending up Yamato's vassals, paralleling Odin's journey. That's odds are where they're going with this cover story, and frankly, I don't blame Oda for going that route. I just think that the character of Yamato was underutilized in the Wano arc, and also introduced way too late into the Wano arc. Imagine if, like, the first person Luffy meets in Wano, instead of it being, what was his name? The guy pretending to be a Tenus. Suzuki, or whatever his name was. And imagine if instead of just Tama being taken care of Suzuki, it was Tama being taken care of Yamato, and then we could have gotten both of them introduced to the arc early on, and then that could have started the struggle against Kaido from that point on. That would be how I would have written the arc if I was forced to include Yamato as a character. If I was not forced to include Yamato as a character, I wouldn't have written them into the story. every single thing they did in the story, another character could have done, especially when you had as bloated of a cast as we did in Wano, especially with the, what was it, the 9 red scabbards. Yamato's roles could have been divvied up to any number of them. Especially with the nice touch of, I'm forgetting her name. The ninja. She became a red scabbard by the end of the Wano arc. Name's escaping me. She wasn't exactly my favorite character, but I'm happy for her, I guess. Ripe fruit user. Okay, anyway, I've rambled long enough on this page 1 rant that doesn't have page 1. There's no page 1 on page 1. Wano rant over. Let's move on. It's just a Thunder Bagua. It's the same page, the same exact pose that we see whenever a Thunder Bagua finishes. Every single time we've seen it. I feel like this is literally just a panel redraw where all you do is, like, you crop out Yamato holding the club and then you insert whatever you want into the background. I wouldn't be surprised if Oda literally draws the panel and has a cutout of that he can just, like, stencil over it. It's like, okay, Thunder Bagua, Thunder Bagua, Thunder Bagua. Same thing with, like, Zoro's Lion Song. This is not, like, a Yamato-only thing. When you reuse the same pose over and over and over again for your finishing blow, it gets a little repetitive, and this is just a minor criticism. Oh, you thought the Wano rant was over. No, we're extending this to a full-on One Piece rant now. We're ranting about everything. Water 7 is overrated. Is it a good arc? Yes. Is it the best arc? I personally don't think so. I am a Syrup Village stan. I like the Syrup Village arc, and I hate all the slander it gets. It is an underrated arc. Do you want to actually determine what I think is the worst arc definitively? It's Logtown by a long shot. I'm joking. The worst arc is probably Shellstown, or it's probably, yeah, it probably is Shellstown. It tries to accomplish too much in too little time. That being said, I don't really like the Baratier arc all that much either. Outside of the fights that happen there, I think it's just an abridged version of what it could have been a good arc. Alright. Now that all of the people that like One Piece have now left the video, we can now resume by reading the chapter proper. Now that I've pissed off everybody, we can get back into the story. Page 2 and 3. Also, for those who do listen to the soundtrack that I play underneath these videos, it's usually either Crypto the Necrodancer or, as it is today, Lost Branch of Legend, which has added some tracks to the soundtrack, so you might hear some new ones as we cycle through it. Alright, teacher, help us, teacher! There's a huge snake in the schoolyard! It must be Jormungandr, the snake that brings an end to the week! That is a big snake. You mean Saturday? It's gonna eat us. Everyone run to the school. What do you mean Saturday? It's a giant snake. I guess it's the dragon or the... I guess, the Holy Knights are not gonna wait for reinforcements before they start kidnapping kids? Remember when I said, like, a few chapters ago, the dumbest thing they could do is just run in and grab the kids? Faculty room, Walrus School. We got trouble, teachers. There really is an enormous snake out there. A beast from the underworld? What is it doing here in the sun world? I only hope we can evacuate everyone in time. Math teacher, Mr. Blade. Mr. Blade. Honkai Star Rail we might play after this. This must be Blade's father. This is Mr. Blade. No. I am just Blade. Mr. Blade is my father. We should call the chiefs. Walrus School Principal, Tusk. I guess he has like a walrus zone, or he's a walrus giant. He looks like a lion, but with walrus tusks. That's how he's, like, drawn. Language teacher, librarian, Miss Ange. But in the meantime, the children are in danger. Teacher, it's gonna gobble Aegir up. That is a big kid that is about to get eaten by a bigger snake. And that is all we have for pages 2 and 3. I guess we're getting to see more teachers in this school. I thought it was a tiny schoolhouse and Ange was the only teacher here, but I guess there's I guess if the school is big enough to have multiple teachers, that must mean that this school on the Island of Giants is a giant school. Or more giant than I thought it was. Is that enough air quotes for one stream? I hope so. God, I hope so. Gotta keep that engagement up. Anyhow, moving to page 4 and 5. We've got some big spreads here. Alright, Snake is coming. Somebody's about to hit it with a hammer. So, I don't think that that's Mr. Blade. Because I assume Mr. Blade doesn't use a hammer. Though I could totally respect him if he was born with the name Blade and chose to not be a swordsman. You know what? Choose your own destiny, I guess. Oh no, it's Walrus has the hammer. Got it. Principal Tusk, not Walrus. Walrus is the school name. Principal Tusk is the guy with the hammer here. Alrighty. We got some action panels as we move. Hammer swing. Uppercut. No, he hits the snake in the side of the mouth. Snake feels upset. It's curling up. Oh, Saul's here. Sorry I'm late. Watch out, Tusk. Midterm X-Slam! He's arm bashed the snake down from the head down. And the snake is done. I hope so. Eek. All the kids are screaming. We're on pages 6 and 7 now. Luckily, you guys can see that right here from the little dot. Mr. Principal. Oh, my back. Thanks for the help, Saul. Don't mention it. Where'd the snake come from, though? Mr. Saul. The kids love Mr. Saul. That's nice. Oh, he's got Robin and Chopper with him. They're hanging out in his beard. You used to be a warrior too, Mr. Principal. The rumors were true, so Mr. Saul is a super duper strong. He was in the Navy, right? That was really cool. There are monsters like this in the Sun World, Saul? Not really, they're more like the usual wild animals. It's enormous. Sorry about the scare, children. Thank you, Mr. Saul. Oh, I love how the little kids just love him. That's what I'm gonna be someday. I'm gonna be a teacher that works at a school. Although I'm not gonna be teaching little kids. I'm gonna be teaching kids that don't want to be there. I'm gonna be a high school professor. Meanwhile, back inside the school, Mr. Wolf, what happened to you? Gym teacher, Mr. Wolf. Wow, he's bloodied up. What happened to him? I can't even make him out. He's like, there's so much black blood in the manga paneling that I could not even make out what he is. I can't wait till the anime or the color version of this so I can actually make out what he looks like. But he's a bloody mess. Alright, let's go to pages 8 and 9. Forget me. What about the children? Much respect to you, Mr. Wolf. Huh? Teacher Ilva and the others wandered off somewhere. Ilva. Y-L-V-A. Leva? Leva? Ilva? Yaiva? I don't know how to pronounce that. Oh, hello. Are you Luffy's friend? That's right. It's Robin. Robin's talking to the kids. Did Luffy do something to you? He was up close to Robin talking to her, and then when she said that's right, now he's very far away from her. Be careful, Mr. Saul. You mustn't touch the children. What? Why would Mr. Wolf say that? Huh? Which way did Ilva and them go? That way, toward the beach. Mr. Saul, what happened to them? They fell asleep and they wouldn't talk to us. What is this Pied Piper? Oh! Asleep. You said they were walking. Yeah, the kids are walking. They're asleep and walking away. This is some Pied Piper shit right here. We're more than 8 minutes in. I can swear as much as I want. We don't got sponsors here. We're here for my enjoyment, and I'm streaming because this is my hobby. I'm not doing this to make money. That being said, if times do get desperate because of the economy, I will actually beg for money on stream. I am not above that. There was a point in time last year in January where money was so tight that I did beg for money on stream. I wonder how many people remember that. They're all asleep and won't respond. Back, where are you all going? Blow the horn! Warn the whole country! They're following an arrow that I assume Gunko is doing. So, I'm guessing this is a combination of several devil fruits at play. Not the whole country, Tusk. That's going overboard. This is an abnormal state of affairs, Saul. Look at the forest. Huh? Boom! They're blowing a horn. Alrighty, pages 10 and 11. We're speeding through this. Action makes this a really short chapter. What? Oh, those giant shadow demons. There are more monsters there. Where did they come from? See? Abnormal, right? Yeah, those look like the same shadowy figures that were in the Harley. Or not the Harley, in the mural. I don't know if the mural and the Harley are the same actual thing. A lot of people are assuming that the Harley is describing what exactly is on the mural. Theoretically, it is implied that one is associated with the other, but technically they could not be the other. And it is something that I do like to point out. The children are passing out. What's wrong, everyone? Hang in there. Now what? Just don't understand. Get up, kids. What's happening? Even Chopper's freaking out, man. Let me down, Saul. I'll take a look at them. Thanks. Please do. I'm at a loss. The first thing we should do is stop the children and get them to safety. Alright, now we're cutting away from a really strenuous and hectic plotline to go to, I guess, the Loki nonsense. Alright, what's going on with Loki? And where did Loki get a giant hammer? Underworld Elbaph. You thought that leaving one leg trapped in Sea Prism Stone would contain the true extent of my power? That was foolish of you. If you want to save Elbaph, undo the final cuff now. You'll soon see if I'm really helpless or not in this condition. Loki. Oh, actually, I haven't seen Harden standing next to him. Yeah, Harden is barely past this guy's knee standing next to him in the same panel. Loki be big. Hey, what's his deal? Better hurry up. If I keep landing blasts, eventually they'll hit something. Keep landing blasts. And the fires will spread, you know. And the fires will spread. You know what Elbaph is susceptible to, don't you? Yeah, the whole place is a tree. And I wouldn't say the whole tree should be susceptible to fire. Because technically, living trees actually don't catch fire all that often. Because they usually have a lot of moisture stored inside them. And living tissue just doesn't catch fire quickly. It's when stuff dries out that it catches fire easily. That being said, I don't know what kind of fire you're throwing around. Alright, pages 12 and 13. I can bring you all to ruin! Stop it, Loki! Swinging a big hammer. And that's like the whole page is him swinging this hammer. Is this one panel of him swinging a hammer. And then 4 reaction shots. Zoro. Luffy. Haruden. And the rest of the giant pirates. New giant warrior pirates. Dang. Is lightning shooting out of the hammer at the impact point? That's nutty. It's so big. We got a wide shot of Elbaph on page 13. Just like lightning shooting in every direction. From what I assume is the epicenter of where he swung that hammer. And the lightning is catching the tree on fire. Yeah, that'll do it. Lightning will dry out a tree that's healthy and make it catch fire. Lightning will certainly be able to do that. But like me with like a match, I'm not going to be able to like light a match and light a tree on fire. Flamethrower maybe. Maybe like an axe can and a lighter. Maybe then I could do it. What was that thunder? There's fire on the south side of the island, Chief Jarl. Did you hear a horn too? Anything but fire, we must put it out. Well, all hell is broken loose now at this point. So Luffy decided to free Loki at what is obviously the absolute worst possible timing to do so. So now we have like an A plot and a B plot going on. We have the Holy Knight kidnapping the children plot, and now we have Loki lighting the entire world on fire. You know, it's true what they say. Some people do want to watch the world tree burn. Alright, I guess we're going to go to 14 and 15. Maybe these will be the last pages. You never know. They are not. It looks like there'll be a 16 and 17. I wonder if we'll get a chapter longer than 17 pages this time. My money's on no, we won't. The Walrus School. Mr. Saul, Mr. Saul, Mr. Principal. I recognize those monsters. Do you, Miss Ange? It was earlier today. Loki has a huge hammer, and he destroys the world. No, he doesn't. The one who destroys the world is Nika. Look. Ew, he's scary. No, look, Loki is scarier. No way. Obviously, the scariest thing of all is Fenrir, the giant wolf. Don't stand on your desks, children. Alright, so the children are power scaling. Oh no, the children are power scaling. It's spreading to the youth. Do we need to kill another Socrates? Which YouTuber do I need to make drink a bunch of hemlock? Is it you, Cole, the King of Lightning? It's Ghost. No, the undead Draugr. Storms. Needhugger, the Lightning Dragon. Jormungandr, my mom. The kids are power scaling. Is everybody finished? Teacher, I have to think of so many scary things. I'm gonna have a nightmare tonight. Sorry, Ylva. I'm happy to see so much personality and creativity in all these drawings and these essays, though. Oh yeah, they're holding up a drawing of a shadowy wolf. And that looks exactly like the shadow monster I saw a few pages ago. Yes, it does look exactly like the shadow wolf on page 10. Alright. You've all got such imagination and expression. All those things are what the children drew based on the prompt. What they're afraid of. Oh. So all the kids' nightmares, they're walking asleep, and the nightmares are manifesting. So Jormungandr, that was the giant snake. There's fire out there, I guess. And there was a giant bird on 10, right? So there's a giant wolf, giant bird, there was a giant snake. So that lines up with the Storms, Needhugger, the Lightning Dragon. Maybe that's Needhugger, the Lightning Dragon. Jormungandr, my mom. Okay, I can't wait to see whose mom's gonna show up and kick our ass. I can't make out who the speech bubble's from either. All those things are what children drew based on the prompt of what they were afraid of. But that's ridiculous. Alright, final pages. We got a big spread. Double page spread. These things are a vision of the world that terrifies children the most. Okay, we got a skeleton. That's an undead Draugr. We have a ghost wearing a Viking helmet. We have a very evil-looking one-eyed Nika. We have a sentient storm cloud. Uh-oh, Zeus be jealous. Look at how evil that thing looks. Got the giant wolf Fenrir. There's just a random Viking here. I'm guessing that's somebody's mom. Or no, maybe that's supposed to be Loki. So we got a giant bird, and we got another dragon. And a bear wearing a helmet. Okay, we're all ready to... Oh, that's the, Oh, we're cutting back to the Holy Knights. Someone's sleeping. I need to zoom in on that. Okay, so the dragon is... got two heads now. One's asleep, one's awake. Good job there, Killingham. The time limit until the kids the time limit is until the kids reach the ship. Oh, so they did wait for backup before they did this. Man, backup got here fast. Do you think you can get them back? Yeah. To know love is to wound another. Say, Gunko, are you afraid of anything? Nika. And that's where we end. Gunko's afraid of Nika. Well, there's an evil-looking Nika up here, so, that looks like the children's drawing of Nika. It's like a one-eyed cyclops with a shield and a dagger. But it's in the Nika pose, so I'm assuming it's meant to be a child's vision of Nika. So, I'm assuming this is Killingham's power that's causing all of this. Interesting. Interesting. So, definitely, let's go into our chapter highlights segment where we talk about what I think is the best part of this chapter. And this amazing panel is kind of hard to... This last two double-page spread is going to be hard to say it's not the highlight of the chapter. We got a whole bunch of interesting things going on. And this whole plot that's going on with the school is definitely the most interesting part. And honestly, I'm honestly glad that we didn't focus on Loki for all that much. We got basically 2.5 pages on Loki. Not much about that. We got to see the entire school staff, and I'm biased as someone who's going to be a future educator. Seeing my fellow giant peers. I've got giant shoes to fill someday, I guess. Well, I guess that was a really short highlight section. It leaves a lot more questions than answers. Most of this chapter... Oh, that's right, the name of the chapter! The name of the chapter is What I'm Afraid Of. It all comes together. And then it ends. So the chapter begins and ends with What I'm Afraid Of. Which is a whole bunch of that. So I guess I'll end off by saying, you know what I'm afraid of? I'm afraid of pain, heights, and dying. Those are my 3 biggest fears. For those who didn't know. Alright, chapter predictions. I guess now that we're in the heat of things, I think the very obvious thing is we're just going to get a lot of fight scenes. We're going to get some giants rallying against these monsters. The Holy Knights are probably going to start gathering these kids. It's going to come to a head of the giants versus the Holy Knights. Meanwhile, Luffy and Loki are going to be faffing around in the bottom half. Now, because kids are getting kidnapped, I wonder if Scopper Gaban is going to get involved because his son is in danger. I kind of hope he does. We might get to see Ripley do something. That's also something. I don't know, because Ripley's with Frankie right now. And as a biology teacher, she should probably be here at the school. Man, I wish I got taught biology in, like, my elementary level school. Then again, I have to remember that these kids are, like, 20, so, kids is a really subjective term when referring to races that live longer than we humans do. And also, this chapter is a stark contrast to last week's chapter, where it was literally just, a really funny chapter that I enjoyed. It was a really good comedy chapter. This chapter, all the comedy is over. We're in serious mode. We got ghosts and goblins, demons and Jormungandrs. All hell has literally broken loose. It's your worst nightmare. Like, this is Freddy Krueger shit. Anywho. we've been streaming for about a half hour now, and because I actually do have a lot of time later today, we will resume the stream again later today. We're going to take a break here, and we'll probably stream again today just because I want to get ahead on finish up all the other games that I'm playing. We're also going to be doing some more Lost Branch sometime in the upcoming week. I'll just talk about my schedule. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, which it will be uploaded pretty shortly. Once I have this uploaded on YouTube, we'll probably resume a newer stream. But I'm going to go get dinner, and then when I get back, I'm going to edit this for YouTube. And then once that's done, we're going to make a thumbnail. And then we're going to... Actually, no, I could put a thumbnail up. I can do that tomorrow. Then we could stream either Star Rail or Lost Branch. I did download the beta of Lost Branch, so I can now play the beta version, so I don't know if I'm going to have to unlock stuff in the beta version, like as a separate version of the game. I don't know if my save file moves over. So we're going to experience that in real time live. Anywho, I'm just happy that we haven't had a lot of problems with streaming this chapter. We had a lot of technical difficulties in my last live stream, so I'm just happy that everything worked out this time. I've messed with a lot of my stream settings and Streamlabs, and hopefully we don't have as many issues as we had before. That being said, the internet strain on the Honkai Star Rail, I think, might have been the actual cause of things. So if it ends up being really bad again, I'm probably going to just have to play that game off stream only, which is going to suck. But I got some more videos in the works, so look forward to some content in the pipeline sometime soon. Got a video essay that I am writing right now, and hopefully that will probably be up before the end of the week. I'm in the Florida Shack as well on Discord, so I have decided that enough characters have come out, so we'll probably do a tier list where I rate all of the hats in Honkai Star Rail to complement my rating all of the hats in Genshin Impact video, which I recently rewatched and wanted to see what I could do better about it. And long story short, framing and maybe make a special scene just for Tier Maker on Streamlabs will be what we do for that in the future. So that's some of the content to look forward to in the pipeline. And if you are seeing this, I will see you in a future video, in a future stream, or possibly in a future Discord chat. Stay safe, everyone. See you when I see ya.